Good morning, everyone. Just like to turn this timber table. It's a beautiful timber table, doesn't match. This used to be timber as well with the sandback top, which I'm going to do exactly the same on this one. I'm just going to show you spray paint, very simple, but yeah, let's take a look and get this done. Now we put it apart, give it a good clean, and then we'll give it a light sand, ready for spray paint. Give it a light sand. Finish sanding, give it a dust off. Okay, the tables are now prepared. I'm going to paint the bottom first. Bottom is going to be just slightly over because you're not going to see it much. And then I turn it over to the top, and then I'll paint the top twice because that's where you're going to use. So first I'll paint the bottom. So spray paint gun, and then prepare. Don't forget a mask. Wear a hat, wear some dirty clothes. The paint I use is all weather, exterior, interior. It's a matte finish, so just some leftover paint I have. It does the job. These are good quality paints, and let's get on to it. Because it's spray gun paint, make sure it's well mixed. I do mix it with a bit of water. I do mix about 20% water and 80% paint, just to dilute it a little bit. These are water-based paint, so it's okay. Make sure you mix them well before you spray paint. I'll just open that up just to show you. Okay, so it's getting ready. I'll give it a few more shake and we'll be done. I decided to do it in the grass area, so that way I'm not making a mess on half surface. Once you mow the lawn, it will be fine. I like to work on hard area or hard to reach area first, and then work my way to the easy surface, so that way I make sure I get paint all over. That's why I leave a gap in between so I can get into those hard to reach areas. Because working under the sun, so painting white color paint, sometimes it's very hard to see because the glare and the reflection. So you can wear sunny or something like that. I like it to do it under the sun so it dries quicker, so that way I can apply a second coat. I actually end up applying 3 to 4 coats to get it perfect, because it is a brown color turned into white, so I need to get it perfectly white. After painting underneath the legs, now turn the leg over and then paint the top side, just to get to the 100%, and then touch up the rest after it dry. So yeah, they dry pretty quick. Within an hour you can apply second coat. A little bit of tips here is in between spray sessions with the nozzle head, I wet the tissue and I put on the nozzle head. That way keep the nozzle head moist. Now the base is done. Gotta do the top. So just to change the top over, these edges needs to be painted. So with these edges, instead of wasting paint, it's best to get a brush, very soft brush. Put a bit of paint on it here. Paint it on it. Do that. And then if you want to make it even, Just run your finger over lightly. Then you can't tell if it's been painted or spray paint. So you see there's a line here. Run it over. Alright, now I paint all the edges. I've wiped them with wet tissue. That looks good, ready for a spray. I decided to paint the edge first and then work my way inside the table. Actually earlier I mentioned I actually want to lime wash the tabletop. I done a bit of mistake there. I should have taped off the top and leave the timber look, and then use a wet sponge with paint to wipe over and then sand it back to get that timber mix with white paint look. Instead I end up painting the whole tabletop, and then I try to sand it back, which is too hard because I paint the paint on it too thick. That way I won't get that effect that I want, like the table I have done or the buffet that I have done. So I decided just to paint it 100% white, and then maybe later on I have to use paint peeled to peel those paint off, and then sand it back, and then whitewash with a sponge to get that whitewash look on the timber grain, and mix with white paint sort of thing, so have that timber and paint contrast. I might have to show you a next video how that is done, but this one I actually end up painting the table white. After a long day work, the table finally being fully painted, the legs being painted, put back together. Not a bad job. I actually want to do the lime wash, but I realized I painted the edge and then the paint splash over here, so I should tape that top table off and then not paint it, and then just wipe the white paint over and then sand it back. That will give the lime wash effect, and then stain it with oil. Yeah, so this one I'll leave it white, and then once I have all the wear, then I'll do the sand back and wash it again. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video. See you again.